Hi, this is Jessica Fiur from Multi-Housing News. I'm here today with Sharon Yester of CNL Financial. Sharon is the Chief Asset Management Officer. Thank you for joining us today, Sharon.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Great. Well, I know CNL deals a lot with multifamily, so is now a good time to invest in multifamily?
We believe it's a really good time. Multifamily is growing. Occupancies are growing. There's a lot of new demand. I think the real estate impact that we've had on all the houses across country, families are also moving because of employment, and so people are really interested in having quality projects. We've recently done a couple of developments, one in Charlotte and also in Charleston, South Carolina, and we're very excited about it.
Great. Now, what about senior housing? I know that's a big issue right now. What are some of the industry trends in terms of senior housing and REITs?
Well, senior housing is exciting for me because I spent many years in senior housing and healthcare. But what we're really seeing is that there's a demographic wind at our back, and that's because 65-plus population is adding 10,000 new people a day to that demographic, and the 75 and 85 plus is also growing. So we believe in senior housing there's going to be a huge growth impact, and we've done this space before. Back in the early 2000s we had another CNL retirement properties, and we built on those senior housing opportunities. We're going to do that again, but senior housing is a great way to go.
So, what about the prospects for consolidation in senior housing and healthcare?
Well, senior housing in particular and healthcare, it's huge. There's probably about $1 trillion worth of healthcare and senior housing real estate out there. About 10% of it is owned by REITs. And if you look forward at the demographics growing and the assets out there, there's just not going to be enough supply to meet the demand for the next several decades.
And what about the current industry outlook in general?
The industry is very excited. The outlook is very positive. Obviously in senior housing, where people are moving into independent living, assisted living is a phenomenon that's become very big over the last 30 years, memory care, and the fact that people aren't going to nursing homes in their later years. They now want to live in a place that has a sense of community. That's going to drive senior housing.
I know CNL recently launched a new REIT. How did this new REIT come about?
Yes, CNL Healthcare Trust was launched back in last August. We had initially anticipated doing both healthcare and possibly some other lifestyle sectors, but our focus has turned fully now to senior housing and healthcare, going back to the demographics that are out there right now, and also our experience and the opportunity. We believe that there's a huge opportunity in medical office buildings and also in senior housing. So we brought that together to bear with our experience prior our CNL retirement properties that we had for 5 years, sold very successfully to healthcare property investors in 2006. And also we brought in many members of the team back, myself included. We were locked out for 4 years from doing so, but once that opportunity came around, we started having our relationships call us and say, I hear you're back in the business, we'd like to be able to bring some opportunities to you, and we took advantage of that.
So what does the pipeline look like?
Well, right now, if I look back on last year, CNL bought over $1 billion worth of senior housing, and we were very excited about that opportunity. And right now we have a very healthy pipeline that could equally bring us close to that number this year. So we're seeing new people bring us a product and opportunities, and we're working them actively.
Sounds great. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Well, I think the thing about senior housing and health care is if you not only look at the aging population, but how they're going to want to access health care and their health care needs. Right now, health care is about 19% of the gross domestic product. That's going to go up significantly over the next few years. So we see demand both in medical office and senior housing growing.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Sharon. This is great.
Happy to do so.
This is, again, Jessica Fiur from Multi-Housing News, and take care.